Welcome back to Gran Turismo Sport. Last time we were driving the Lamborghini Huracan round Interlagos, and today we're going to continue the Clubman Cup, taking it round Suzuka. Jumping into the race, we're coming down the main straight at Suzuka, just down a little wheel on the grass. As in the normal races, we're a little bit overpowered compared to all the other cars, so we're closing up to the back of the Alfa 4C here, nice and quick. Taking it nice and easy into turn one, and he just goes off to Narnia, nowhere to go. So easy overtake there, and then coming around the first corner, we're coming up to the M4, and we just slip it up his inside, easy as you like there. There's a little bit of a traffic jam up ahead of this Ford pickup truck, which just dwarfs everything else on the circuit, and you can see that he's just going so slow out of that corner, so I have to give him a little tap to get him out of the way. But he goes out wide slightly, so he allows us to overtake all of them on the outside. And then here we go, chasing down the next car in front of us, and they're all so much slower than we are around the corners. They just don't seem to have any downforce whatsoever, and they go up the inside of that Hyundai and up the Alfa. Just nice and easy at this point. But we're still, the difficulty in this race was going to be trying to close down up to that leader with 17 seconds ahead. So we go through Degner 1 for the first time, and then coming through Degner 2, we accidentally overcook it on the brake slightly and drift out a little bit wide into the gravel. But again, we just quickly get back on track, get the power down again, and they're miles behind. There's just a massive traffic jam behind us. And here we go, so going into that hairpin, we go up the inside of that Peugeot, braking hard, late on the, then you can see the Aston in front of us is a little bit tail happy in that corner, so we just try and late on the power, and then just soar past him now, coming up to the spoon curve. Just all a little bit too easy at this point, but we're actually 14 seconds behind the leader at this point, so we've got most of two and a half laps to go though. Here we're coming up to the spoon for the first time, braking hard, and then early on the power, and then braking again for the second part of the corner. And again, we're drifting out a little bit wider than we should be doing, but tucking up behind that Peugeot, a bit twitchy on the exit, but power down, and we're heading down this back straight, on the grass slightly, but fortunately there's a run-off road there to help get the power down again. And then coming up to 130R, past that Audi TT. In an F1 car, this corner's normally flat, but in the Lambo we have to brake to go through it because there's just not enough downforce. I mean, even then, I took it a little bit hard, used to what it would be like in an F1 car. Braking up to the final chicane, and it's much slower than I'm used to going around here, but you can see, and then he's gone, so I have to back off so I can't overtake the Nissan and the yellow flags. But once we're clear onto the first straight, nice and easy, straight past him, and now it's just a case of chasing down that leader who's 4 seconds ahead of us, and we've got a lap to do. And here we're just coming down the main straight now, approaching the first corner again, braking hard, a little bit less conservative than it was last time. You can see we close up by a good 2 seconds in that braking zone alone. You can see that Mitsubishi just in front of us, coming around the corner, going towards the S section again, and this is where we're going to make up a load of ground on him, as they're so much slower through the S's. As you can see, he brakes on that one. We just put a little dab of brakes just so we don't run into the back of him. Looking to go around the outside at this point, but think better of it. So duck round, do the over and under, round the outside, and it's just nice, easy overtake. And there we go, that is it. Past him, as clean as you like. So once we were past the leader, that was pretty much the end of the race at that point. So we're going to cut now to the final lap, and I was going to be a bit ballsy and try and take 130R flat, but you can see at the last second I sort of give up on it, and then you can see we drift out ridiculously wide as we're taking way too much speed into that corner. But keep it all together, nice and tidy though for the last chicane, so braking late as normal, turn in, click the cones on the apex on the next corner, onto that ripple strip, and then we're heading up to the line. And it's all nice and easy. As that was quite an easy race, we're now going to jump into the next race in the Clubman Cup, where we're going around the Nürburgring GP track. It's not one of my favourite circuits, and it's not been seen on the F1 calendar for quite a while, so I'm not totally used to this one. But anyway, we're on the main straight, coming up behind this Peugeot, and again, it's still, as in all these other races, we're just going straight past them. But we're approaching the first corner now, where it's a bit of a blind first corner, so it's I was late on the brakes there, and then you see we're taking quite a wide turn in, but even then I was still taking too much speed into it at only 40 miles an hour. But we navigated it going wide, and then it's like all our other races where we're just carving through this field. It's nice and easy. You can see there we're tight to the corner there, and then get out wide for the next corner, late on the brakes, and round the corner, and approaching the back straight here. see that the Ford pickup truck we've seen in quite a few of the races. We just get past him nice and easy. On the brakes, like who the last of the late breakers. We accidentally tap that Corvette, and he goes off for a little bit of a journey off track, but it's not too bad there. And then we're coming down towards the hairpin at the bottom of the hill. We've got past the Citroen and the Skyline, easy before even the braking zone. Jumping later into the race, we're catching up to third place, and it's another one of the Skylines. And we're on this back section of the track here where it's all quite fast, and there's not much until you get to the chicane at the very top of the hill, but it's all good. This is one of my favourite sections of the track, and you can see we just like breeze past this Ford. It's like hard on the brakes, and you can see I sort of like overcook it because I wasn't expecting the Lambo to be that quick into the chicane. So cut the corner a little bit, but we didn't actually gain much time at all on the car in front, so I didn't feel too bad about that. But normally if I would have gained a huge advantage, I would have backed off and let it get back to that distance. We're onto that back straight there, and as you can imagine, we're going to breeze straight past this guy on this straight here. And that's as easy as you like. And now I'm going to cut to later in the race on the final lap. This was the fastest lap I did in the race, so I'll leave you with that for now. So we finished that lap with a 2:19.4, and we cut now to the final lap of the race. Easy on the throttle as we sort of go around that corner before straightening the car out, putting the power down. We actually finished a second up on that other lap you just saw, so we finished with a 2:18.4, but I felt the other lap was slightly cleaner. As we finish the race, you'll see we get the experience of finishing the race, and you can see we'll actually reach driver level 20 now, which unlocks a few new championship options. So we've got the professional league unlocked now, and that's something we'll be looking into in the next episode. But until then, I'll see you soon.